Good morning, y'all. It's the morning of, what, the 6th? And we're going to do our sleep session for the last 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and get started. We can talk about our week and talk about our catches that we've caught so far. It is now the Prelude event, so we'll talk about what our plans for that are as we get started. But as you can see here, a full sleep session. We were aiming for snoozing, so hopefully that's what we got. Not so much. We were looking for alts. Most of this week, we probably only caught one or two, but we had dozing, so hopefully we'll see some Routini, some grass types could also be useful, because we're going to be continuing to camp at Lapis from after the anniversary event. My coffee again. It's actually too hot, so... Okay. Coming in around 650,000. We're slowly getting like higher and higher as far as our scores are concerned. Of course, area bonus is mostly the cause of that. What is Trico doing? He is just geckoing. I guess, yeah, dream scaling sleep. I guess he's climbing a tree or something. I'm not really sure what he's climbing. Yeah, I don't really like it. It's mostly because of the fingers, right? But I'm not a huge fan. This is very fitting for the Prelude events. Who here do we want to catch? I think we will go for the Chikoritas. We have a pretty good Ivysaur that's going to be probably our forever Honeyer. As soon as we get it to 50, it'll get Ingredient Finding M. And realistically, I don't think we're getting better than that without lots of catching. Grovile is also pretty solid. So we might make an attempt on the Trico as well. Let's see how our Hungries play out. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Chikorita, and that's it. So, as you see, we have plenty of Great Biscuits. That was because we converted a lot of our Latios biscuits into Great Biscuits. We probably used 5 or 6 up to this point, but okay, let's go ahead and catch this first. I would say this is our target. We do have that shiny Bayleaf. It's helping bonus right now. It would get Berry Finding S at 70. So I'm tempted to take it up to 70, because there will be a while before we get anyone up to 50 or 70 anyways. But so getting something better might be more worthwhile. Okay, we have a Great Biscuit and do we go for another Chikorita or do we go for the Trico? Sure, let's go for the other Chikorita. The reason why I'm less wild about Trico is, as a Grovile with Berry Finding S, it still would be pretty solid. But, you know, Skill Seeds are harder to come by in this account, so even though a Grovile would be stronger than a Bayleaf, I'd rather go for something that requires less overall investment, like the main Skill Seeds. At least in this point in time. We have about 7 or 8 seeds, so I'm really... If I'm extended Pokemon, perfect. I'm really interested in getting that healer set up first, and then honestly, not to be a little premature, we will be going to Top Hollow this week to hunt for Mudkip and Marshtomp, because as far as M20 and Greengrass and the other islands at some point, Extra Tasty is kind of really pivotal for that, and since we don't have access to Dedenne or Cramorant or Drampa, I think Marshtomp or Sneasel are going to be our best bets for that. And I'm willing to main skill seed them. So that's why I think, of course, Bold. Shout out to Bold Boulders, as always. Nothing great. Even worse because it's Bold, so that's not it. And as for our other little dinosaur plant thing, Lax is not the worst. But nothing great. Just a mishmash of a bunch of random skills. Which I guess is always the case, but not the skills we want, right? Okay, so start the loading screen. Oh, I also did not share, but for this week, we are wearing our Slowpoke shirt. This is the Tail Lap one from Pokemon TCG. Okay, let's go ahead and collect our mission before we head out of here, because I think this is from last week, yeah. So since we're still only like 30% at Lapis, we were not able to get the incense there. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we'll collect the other stuff as we go. We're only 10 styles away from unlocking the 50% mark towards OGPP. There we go, nice 45%. But I think I will actually hold off on that because we're getting close to that 250% maximum for area bonus that we're getting our 15%. If I only let the 5-10% go to top hollow, then I should be able to get another 15% before we get to 250. I did the math on it. I don't remember exactly, but essentially I think right now we're around 220, so we have about 30% to work with. So if I just did 15 and 15, it would max out, but I'd rather do 10, 15, and then I still have 5%, so that would become another 15 somewhere. So that's the goal with that. Yeah. How has your week been? Not so far. It's today's Monday. How was your week last week? It's the beginning of July, so we're about halfway done with the year. It was my birthday last week, so that was nice, but it was also a lot of other bad things that happened, I would say. So I had gone to a beach party, and then I think I had some kind of ear infection, so I had to go to the doctor for that. I got really sick after that, so on my birthday I was just at home, because I also had a Japanese proficiency test on Sunday, so I was like, I need to get better. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my PTO days to just sit at home and rest, so that way I can be 100% for that test, because I'm interested in passing it. I've taken the level 2 version, called N2, maybe 2 other times already, and I've gotten close each time, but I was like, I just want to pass. It's like $70 to take. Let's go ahead and collect our guys, and then we can swap them off, and then show off our catches, and we'll finish up for the day. Thank you as always. Thanks to like good sleep days and everything, and just using these guys consistently, they're actually getting quite up there in levels. They are around the mid-30s, which is pretty good. We have our 2 Pikachus. We have Cynthia, which is a reference to Rugrats, not to the champion. Tommy Pickles here. Our Apple guy. We have Dill Pickles, his younger brother, with also helping bonus. Cynthia just has Berry Finding S. Not really amazing, but we caught them pretty early on. See, April 2nd. So they're still helpful for that reason. And with the energy recovery, it does keep them more productive than the rest of the team. And then Chucky. We also caught Chucky, I think, as a day 1. Not amazing. I guess if we got him to 70, he would become pretty solid. But if we catch something better before then we'll probably end up swapping him off. Okay. First things first, let's just go ahead and... I don't always recommend using this function, but I just like to start it like this and then see what I can break down. So we have Tyrons, we have our 2 Pikachus, we have Berry Finding S Reptar, and then we have Berry Finding S Cynthia. Why is Cynthia not full energy? Do they have energy down? Huh. I didn't know that also affected your sleep each night. I thought that was only energy recovery bonus. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with this. I don't mind Tyron being in the front. And then we'll see what kind of meals we can work with. I think it said curries and stews, but I wasn't super paying attention. Okay, yeah, curries and stews. So... if we get Graveler in here, we can make a couple of these this week with our leftover ingredients. Combuskin will be able to do some of these, but Combuskin is fighting, so it's actually not the best, because it did evolve. Tyron can't reliably do 18 sausages a day, so that's kind of out of the question. I think if we bring back in Charmeleon, sorry, Squirtle, or Turtle, then maybe we could do this one. So I'll kind of crunch the numbers a bit off screen and figure out which one's the best. But I think we will end up bringing in Graveler. Okay, in date registered. Let's see if we got a couple of decent catches. Let's start. I believe we left off around probably the Sprigatito. What's the date on this? Should be like July 1st? Yeah, so this is what I call my birthday. So let's start a little further back with Quaxley. Probably should check before. Yeah, June 28th, so I believe we did this one. This was solid, ABA. Also, would be solid, but that nature is kind of killing it in the bad way. So this will probably end up getting tossed. Dodu, okay, I believe this comes into last week, yeah. So, first thing we caught, I believe, was this Doduo. It has lots of speed, which is good. The nature is, I would say, probably one of the worst natures as far as berry finders go, but not to the point where it requires mincing unless you really, really want to. Because you'll get that speed boost, you'll remove the ingredients, which will make them a bit more productive overall. But anyways, no berry finding S, I'm not planning on investing that. Kind of ABA bell sprouts. I don't like to speed down. If I have a need for both of these ingredients, I could see myself taking it to 30 and making it a weeping bell, but only if we need that kind of usage, that kind of ingredient list, will I do that. Sprigatito actually is, I would say, really good. I wish the ingredient finding M wasn't locked to 100, but our subscale seeds are kind of not so many overall, right? So I think I'd be willing to completely use this and take it up to 60 as a, what is the evolved form called? Florigato, yes. Ralts. So we got this Ralts. This is a okay Ralts. For free-to-play account, you kind of want more. You want skill triggers, right? But it being really fast is good, but this is not going to be our dream Ralts. I said pretty early on when we got our really good Pomo that we want a double trigger at least Curlia, and that'll give us around 4.5 procs a day. So that should keep us mostly topped off each day. This Muna, no berry finding S, no helping bonus. It's a little fast, but other than that, it can't evolve, so it's kind of stuck at that slow frequency. Stuffle. We had a mono Stuffle, ingredient finding S. I am tempted to just call this our guy, but I'll probably take it to 25, keep hunting, and then as he gets higher and higher in level, if I don't find anything better in the next 5-6 months, I might just invest this guy. Dragonair. This is a shiny Dragonair, as you can tell, obviously. It has a really bad nature, but it's cool, I guess, nonetheless. It's pink, I did catch it as such. I do like the ingredient list too, but not it. Now this Ralts is helping speed M. It does have skill trigger. It has ingredient finding, which is not necessarily a bonus. I'm just saying it does have that. And it has a good nature. Now this could be our Curlia. It would require us taking it to 25, which we don't even have the candies, even with many candy boosts to do. 25, 50, and risking our subskill seed. We only get 5 or 6, and most of those are after we start M20ing islands. If I could take it to 50 and I could hit that, this would just be our Curlia and we'd be good to go probably. I will keep catching, but come a few more months, if I don't find anything better, I will probably end up investing in this guy. ABC Quaxley, no ingredient finding, speed of help down, ABC, not really it, right? And then these are our 2 Chikorritas from today. So that's mostly what we got. Nothing amazing overall, but maybe some potential there if I'm willing to invest in something that would be below my standard on my main account, but probably still doable for this one. Okay. Yep, so as mentioned before, we're here at Top Hollow. We're just trying to catch as many Mudkips as we can. probably sometime this week also, we'll get an idea of what the Sinnoh starters are going to do. So based on that, I might pull back on some of the biscuit usage this week in order to kind of conserve some for the next week. With the third Prelude event, I believe we also do get extra sleep points. So we do have plenty of there. We could get another main skill seed, but I think I'm wanting to more save for the biscuits because during their Prelude event, I want to catch as many starters as possible because I foresee them to be pretty solid no matter what. Especially if, I guess Prinplup would be a water specialist for us because Prinplup doesn't get the Spiel type, assuming it is a berry specialist. So I'll consider that. But yes, extra sleep points, more dream shards, more research EXP. So that would be really helpful for this account, kind of just leveling us up and getting us to a good spot. Anyways, that's more or less all I had for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next episode. So have a wonderful day, have a good week. See you next time.